Look at the hills of Sardinia. They are defined by wind, sparse vegetation, and jagged rock. This is a landscape built on harsh exposure. For the shepherds who navigate this terrain, survival requires constant movement. Tending flocks here means committing to days of isolation, walking miles away from the security of a home hearth. The sheep convert the tough scrub into rich, raw milk, but that presents an immediate biological deadline. In the Mediterranean sun, fresh milk spoils in hours. The nutrients are there, but they rot rapidly. To survive the winter, those calories must be locked down. By heating milk over an open fire, the liquid separates into solid, dense curds. Pecorino originated as a specific piece of survival technology, a durable pastoral tool designed to lock down nutrients for months at a time. The transformation starts entirely by hand. The warm, fresh curds are scooped from the vat and bound tightly in cloth. Then comes the daily labor. Shepherds systematically press the molds, using their body weight to force out residual moisture, compacting the proteins into a tight wheel. This repetitive physical work is older than the concept of Italy itself. By the 1st century BCE, writers in the Roman Republic were already documenting and praising these exact wheels of sheep's milk, calling it caseus sardo. When a Sardinian herder strains and presses those curds today, they are executing the exact same tactile motions used over 2 millennia ago. Once the wheels hold their shape, the daily salting begins. This map shows the preservation strategy across the island. On the coast, families draw heavily on ocean salt. Inland, they rely on wood smoke. Over generations, these geographic divides fractured into individual households, passing secrets down the family tree. A thick slice of this preserved cheese, tucked into a pack alongside bread and olives, provided a calorie-dense lunch that could sustain a shepherd through an entire day of tracking flocks across the highlands. These variations in recipe were not born from culinary preference. The precise amounts of salt or smoke were calculated chemical adjustments, entirely necessary to prevent rot in highly specific local microclimates. The finished wheels are finally stacked on wooden racks deep in mountain caves. Here they sit in the dark for months, and sometimes years. In the medieval period, these wheels functioned as a store of value. Because they resisted rot for years, they transitioned from a method of survival into the primary currency for Sardinian trade. This chart illustrates the medieval barter mechanics. Pecorino functioned as hard capital, traded directly on a one-to-one basis for essential goods like grain and wine. Inside the caves, the milk undergoes a steady chemical concentration. As the water slowly evaporates, the protein and fat structures tighten. A mature wheel is a dense block of raw fuel, packed with high levels of calcium, protein, and natural fats. In a region where shepherds walk miles daily, well into their 90s, these concentrated fats and proteins provide the necessary caloric fuel. This steady, nutrient-dense diet is why researchers categorize Sardinia as a blue zone for exceptional human longevity. Time and waiting are active ingredients here. They are the mechanisms that turn perishable sheep's milk into concentrated capital and lifelong health. We no longer have to stockpile cheese to survive the winter, yet Sardinian shepherds protect this process with fierce dedication. Today, that heritage is shielded by European law. The Pecorino Sardo DOP designation ensures the traditional methods of these herders cannot be replicated or undercut by modern industrial factories. Because of its concentrated nutrition and sharp profile, Pecorino teaches culinary restraint. A few thin slices or a small grating is enough to anchor an entire meal. If you want to experience it properly, look for wheels aged between 6 and 12 months. Slice it thin, drizzle with olive oil, and pair with hearty bread. And when you put it away, keep it dry. Never wrap it in plastic. A living cheese needs to breathe. Pecorino proves that endurance is built through meticulous daily care. It leaves us with a simple question. How long are you willing to wait for true flavor to mature?